sure I'm not on.
Okay, we're recording. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Bobby Robert.
Okay, off speakerphone.
You speaking to yourself?
No, I'm just telling you everything that I'm doing. 3, 2.
Do you want me to start the
Good
camera
evening,
again?
Chris. Hey,
Robert,
what?
You took me by
What
surprise.
happened? What happened?
You said 3, 2, 1 twice.
Is your camera rolling?
Yeah, but it's been rolling since you told me to tell you it's rolling.
Oh, good. So we're back with another weekly dose, or whatever Chris wants to call it. And sorry, everybody, that we're late again.
Rob, explain why we're late again.
I won't explain why we are late. I'm sitting here every night with this lighting set up and this camera sitting here waiting. You want to tell our audience?
Yes, I will, Rob. I will tell.
Okay.
Or I think. What's the singular for audience? Audii.
Audii?
Will I tell our audii? We could probably just text them. It'd probably be easier. Yeah, I'm just flat out. I could weep with busyness, which is not. Don't complain. Don't complain.
Nope.
Nobody's complaining, but I have been singularly unavailable because I have been busy. Which is, had we thought of this a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, or last year, wouldn't have been dancing around the room. Chris is busy, everybody. Chris is busy, but I haven't got a second. Plus, I got my AstraZeneca jab, and it made me sick for 3 days. So,
First world problems.
what did you get yours today, Rob?
I get it on Saturday.
You're the kind of sod will get a clot. If you do, you know what I'm going to do, Rob? I'm going to put a bench in a field somewhere far, far away, and it'll just say Rob was never here. Would they have liked it? I don't know. Would that be good enough for you?
Good enough, Chris. Perfect. So I have 2 stories this evening.
You're flying through the air with your 2 stories. You always have 2 stories.
There's actually some decent news over the past 2 weeks, because we have 2 weeks worth of news to gather from, because
Well, no.
we haven't been on for 2 weeks.
That's not true. It's not 2 weeks. It's a week and a bit.
Yeah, but if you start from the one previous to that,
Yeah, well, we are sinking a bit.
we're time shifting here. We're going into a 2-week rotation instead of a week.
Maybe our AudioEye likes that better.
No, they've already contacted me. Sorry, not they. He.
He.
He's already he.
It's not even a female.
She.
He, she. That would be
Binary.
I would
binary.
go,
Whatever. Yeah.
Non-binary.
They.
What's your pronoun, Rob?
Rob.
No, is it?
Mister.
Is it he, they? I would say you're a he, they.
Sure, that'll
no,
work.
you're he, him. You know what you are? You're fucking ho-hum.
All right. So I think the big story this week. And probably even, for photography, even in this quarter, it could even be for 2021.
No.
Yeah, I think is the Lynn Goldsmith versus Andy Warhol Foundation. So I don't know if you've heard about this.
No, I haven't.
Well, Lynn Goldsmith is a very, very famous music photographer.
Mm-hmm.
She was extremely famous in the 70s and 80s. She used to date Bruce Springsteen. She lived with him for a while. She did all sorts of iconic album covers and stuff. And she did a photograph of Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Vanity Fair ended up licensing that photo for $400. And then they commissioned Andy Warhol to do a treatment of it for an issue.
For $50,000.
Yeah. Probably. So Andy Warhol did that, and Lynn didn't even know about that. She didn't see it. It wasn't until Prince passed away and Condé Nast resurrected the story and wanted to print. Andy had done, I think, an additional like 16 or 20 different variations on the portrait.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the whole Elvis or Marilyn Monroe style that he was doing with multiple colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Screen printing and stuff. So he ended up, the Andy Warhol Foundation re-upped to Condé Nast, and Condé Nast published all these images, and that's when Lynn found out about it. So Lynn then copyrighted her work decades later, copyrighted her work as unpublished work.
Mm-hmm.
And when she did that, the Andy Warhol Foundation found out that she had copyrighted the work and immediately sued her, preemptively suing her, because they knew that she was obviously going to sue them for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
So, long and the short of it, the judge presided, looked over all the evidence, and sided with Lynn Goldsmith.
Good.
Yep. It's great. It's absolutely great. So this, obviously they were using all sorts of arguments of probably fair use and all that sort of stuff, and, modified images. And this opens up the door for all the Richard Princes of the world to be taken back into court and hopefully dealt with properly.
Well, is that? But I don't know what way the law in America works. Is it a state by state thing, or is it is the?
No, it's a national. It's a national thing.
That holds throughout then.
Yeah.
But they'll appeal it. Will they not?
Oh yeah. Oh, Vanity Fair, or Andy Warhol's Foundation. Yeah, they'll try appealing it, but they're not going to win.
Do you think not?
No. And Jeff Sedlick, do you remember Jeff?
Yeah.
We talked about him a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And his copyright infringement.
Yeah.
He was actually brought up as an expert witness in the lawsuit. So, I mean, most legal experts all agree that even though they might launch an appeal, it's not going to fly.
Okay.
So this is done. This is federal court. You know, the only thing after this is Supreme.
So it's big news.
Yeah, it's amazing news. It's amazing news, man. It's freaking great news. Great news for creators.
I'm going to have to rethink my Diane Arbus tribute piece that I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It is really great.
I might do it.
Because I've come up against it myself. You know, I've come up against other people using my images.
Yeah, of course.
You know, as their own artwork.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to do a Richard Prince tonight. I might do Richard Prince's body and your lady's head, and maybe a wee Andy Warhol finger.
I think you just take all of Richard Prince's work and just modify it.
I have thought about it for a while. I have thought about it, doing a great big massive Marlboro cigarette. Would that do, with all the images inside it, and then we light it? Nice performance.
You have to do it as an NFT.
What's an NFT?
You know what an NFT is.
I really don't. Should I?
A non-fungible token?
You said fungible.
Yeah.
Is the word funge? Is that a real word? Funge?
Yeah.
Funge?
Have you not? You don't know about NFTs?
Hold on a second, Rob. Just steady your horses there a second. Steady your horses.
Oh my goodness. We could have a whole episode
Steady your horses.
of Weekly Dose just on NFTs.
Let me ask this. What is fungible? Let me ask this.
Okay.
What is fungible?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Siri?
I'm talking to Siri. Fungibility. In economics, fungibility is the property of a good or a commodity whose individual units are essentially interchangeable, and each of its parts is Rob, I'm going to be honest with you. I know words. You know what I mean? I know words. I know words. Fungibility.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like Leah. Whenever we were going to go and see Turnadot, and I said it was Turnado. It's Turnado, Leah. It's Turnado. Turnadot. Turned out I was wrong, Rob.
So an NFT, you know what cryptocurrency is, right?
Of course, I don't know what it is. I'm dealing in it, Rob.
Bitcoin and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all based upon blockchain.
How do you think I buy my rugs?
I don't know how you buy your rugs, Chris.
I buy it with cryptocurrency. How would you buy rugs? By the way,
don't buy rugs.
By the way, don't do rugs. Do carpet.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So basically, an NFT is an electronic digital form of art, either still or moving, that is based upon blockchain. So it is impossible to counterfeit. It's impossible to copy, and it could basically be used as a currency in itself.
Well, hold on. Is this linked to the guy buying the first ever tweet? No.
No.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure, Chris.
Is it? Hold on. One more question. Is it linked to the disappearance of a dolphin in Dingle?
No.
Well, it sounds very, very similar to what you're talking about.
Not even close to poor Sammy the dolphin.
No, it's fungi. It's fungibility.
Is that the name of the dolphin?
I can't believe it,
Dingle?
Rob.
It's not fungi.
It's fungi, the flaming dolphin. And they think he's back. They think they found him. That's
okay,
news.
That's great. Okay.
Sammy, where do you get
So
Sammy
NFTs, because this is important, Chris. This is really important.
That's important to me because I don't know about it. Yeah.
No, because these are really important. I'm gonna tell you my basic knowledge of NFTs.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, it can, and it probably more than likely will be used as some form of cryptocurrency because it's based on blockchain and it can't be counterfeited or copied.
Yeah.
So what has basically what's hit the news recently is an artist named Beeples, who is a graphic designer. He's been dealing in NFTs since August last year, 2020. He's been in graphic design for about 15 years.
Yeah.
And he did a piece of artwork every day for the past 13 or 15 years.
74 million quid or 73 million quid.
Yeah, $69 million. That's what it sold for.
It's genius.
$69 million. And that's not his only sale.
No.
A couple of weeks earlier than that, he also sold $3 million worth of art. Like just some random auctions of some of his other stuff. And he's doing more, obviously.
Well, why are we telling people this?
Well, it sounds amazing, and it sounds like something you want to do.
It's very much so.
Because you do stills, and you could possibly sell your stills images in NFT. NFTs are only sold on certain platforms.
Yeah.
And to get into those platforms, you need to be invited. And to be invited, you need to be qualified. And to be qualified, you need to back everything up.
I can do that.
You need to have the images or moving images or data files to show that you're an artist and you've been doing this for a time.
I could do it for my travelers, 19 years. What a coup that would be. Think of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's totally up to the different marketplaces.
I'm going to contact them, Rob. I'm going to ring them up tomorrow and say, hello. Is it me you're looking for?
Yeah. They unfortunately don't use phones.
Whenever I say phones, I mean a fungi phone, a fungibility phone. Okay.
But I don't know how we got onto that from Lynn Goldsmith, but anyhow, that's amazing too. Like the NFT stuff is just incredible.
Rob, all we're doing
there's
here.
going to be an amazing amount of stuff being bought and sold over the next 12 months.
You love that.
And whether or not NFTs implode on themselves, you know,
Well, not
I
before.
was talking to a friend who's a rep for Banksy. Mm-hmm. He sells Banksy art. And he basically, most of the art people really just want the NFTs to go away.
Of course they do.
They don't want them in the marketplace.
Well, you're really talking about 2073, aren't you? You're not talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put a couple of videos about NFTs and stuff.
You've been flat out looking at it.
No, I haven't been flat out it.
You
No,
haven't?
they're actually on a couple of channels that I'm subscribed to on YouTube, so I've watched them anyways. But it's a very interesting technology.
But it's something that somebody like me, who's also an interesting piece of technology, could get into with their interesting technology ways. Do you not think so?
Yeah. I think the stills aspect, I don't think people are going to be looking for traditional photographic
Oh no, Rob.
images.
I have so much more.
I think they're going to be looking for digital art, stills digital art, and moving digital art.
Mm-hmm.
So when I send you the link, when you see the links below and you look at the artwork that's being represented as NFTs, you'll see why it's kind of a unique art form all on its own.
It's glitchy.
No, it's all Cinema 4D. It's a lot of high-end software that's used to create this stuff.
Rob, you're talking about all the stuff that I do.
Oh yeah.
Rob, I'm drinking. I don't feel drunk. Why is that?
Well, if you're drinking anything like I'm drinking tonight, oh my God. Tesco gave me a substitute Cabernet.
Oh no, it's not nice.
It's like grape juice.
Oh no,
it's double the price of the bottle I usually get.
No, and not nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's ridiculously syrupy sweet.
That's good for you, but you're ridiculously sir. Somebody said to me, describe Rob. If the NFT guys come over to me and they were like, describe Rob, I would say you're a Cinema 4D, ridiculously cinnamony sweet type of guy. They would buy it.
Thanks, Chris.
Rob, why don't I sell you?
What's your first story, Chris?
Rob, I don't have. I stopped doing stories. You know what I do now? I listen to you and get inspired and then think of things to say during the thing. It's like a performance in a sense. Oh my God, this is NFT valuable. Well, I'm going to get serious for a second, okay?
Okie dokie.
Not flippant, serious, because it's a serious piece of work. Then we can go back to being flippant after it. I bought a book this week that made me cry.
Wow.
Properly made me cry. It moved me so much, and it made me reevaluate a lot of stuff in my life, and not in a trite way, not in a just thinking about it and then just moving on and smiling type way, in a substantially moving forward with.
Do you want to tell me what the book is?
No, well, I will tell you what the book is, but I practice gratitude anyway, and all the stuff that goes
Gratitude.
on. Yeah, gratitude.
Good.
That I'm looking.
Gratitude. Yeah.
Not like
gratitude.
Not like fungibility, but gratitude. So
gratitude.
I've been following a friend. A friend. Is that right? Am I right in saying?
Stalking?
No. Yeah. No, not stalking. I'm a guy called Richard Gosnold. I hope I'm getting that right. Gosnold. I've always called him Richard Gosnold.
He's your friend. You know how to spell his name, don't you?
Well, no,
his name?
I know how to spell it, but I don't know how to say it.
He's your friend, though.
Yeah, I know, but I call you Dick, and your name's Rob.
And you know how to pronounce them both.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, let's say Richard Gosnold, and he did a book called It Starts With Silence. Here it is. It's in my hand, Rob. I'm floating it about. And I'm going to read this to you, and you'll get why I'm being serious, because it's a very, very serious piece of work. So the book, It Starts With Silence. In autumn 2015, my wife and I were delighted to be confirmed that she was pregnant with her first child. The 10-week scan was a relief, with the midwife informed us that the baby had lovely long legs, and it seemed that all was well. Tragically, at 19 weeks gestation, we were told that the baby might be incredibly ill. We found out a week later she would die during pregnancy, during birth or shortly after being born. If the baby survived, it would suffer terrible pain and offered pain relief until she stopped breathing. The fate of our prospective child was a heavy burden for us, and the world began to crumble. As we searched for answers, eventually we realised that our hopes and dreams would ultimately result in pain. We were yet to find out the extent of trauma we'd both be forced to endure. So it's a piece of work about loss, of course. We can hear my voice when you got moved there. But it's also about the Northern Ireland being the only part of the UK that and how they deal with terminations of pregnancy. Okay. So for some people this won't, this is a very emotive subject and people have their own personal opinions on it. But he has a beautiful quote in the book. I don't know if I can get it in time. But it's about experiencing a journey together and how we can, whether we agree with things or don't agree with things. The book is absolutely, it's just filled with metaphor and meaning and abstract images, and you get the journey the whole way through. It's just absolutely, but it's so moving because because of empathy, I suppose, but also because you realise that they were really forced into a place that they didn't have to be forced into. And for Richard he did his masters, I think, before me, and you, and we see each other on the beach, and I see his work on Instagram and everything else, and I knew that I think the Guardian had done a story about this, and I knew the difficulties and everything around it. I didn't know he was doing a photo book on it, and by Christ, Rob, I doubt. I said today that I don't think I'll ever buy a photo book that teaches me so much. Now, I said that, and then I thought about it afterwards, and I actually mean it. It's just one of those books that's just, there's lots of photo books you buy are about stuff and about things, and it's kind of artist whims. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like even my work around travellers, as serious as you try to be, it's still something as intense and as sad as the work can be. This book is just, it's an education in loads of things, in gratitude, in life, in how we experience stuff, and also about how we should maybe start standing up and be counted whenever we, because I understand why what's happened to Richard and his wife has happened, and I disagree fundamentally with the government's stance on it. But I've been very silent in the whole thing. Of course, we all, we say stuff and we, but it's absolutely, it's just, it starts with silence. If you want to support Richard, if you want to have an idea about what he's talking about, if you disagree with the process about terminations and everything else, buy the book and have a look, and then have your conversations. It's absolutely stunning. There you go. How's that for?
Wow.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Heavy.
Heavy, but you know what? I don't know, Rob. Sometimes things have to be heavy. It's made me rethink loads of stuff about my work, my own personal work, loads of stuff in my own personal life. You know, I've been griping about being busy and about, you know, but seriously about not having time and being, you know, being mentally in not a great place because of working so much. And then you think to yourself, you know, fuck. And it's not feeling sorry, it's not any of that stuff, it's just you realise the beauty of your existence, I suppose. There you go.
Yep.
Now, let's move on to Sony.
Well, we have 4 minutes.
Well, tell me about the Sony stuff. Tell me about the Sony stuff.
Okay, real quick, because we might need to cut it and maybe start the recording again, because we'll hit our 30-minute mark here. But some photographer, I don't know if it's a professional photographer, an amateur photographer, I don't know who the guy is.
Me.
Some guy in the United States started a class action lawsuit against Sony in regards to the A7 III and its weak link shutter. Now, class action lawsuits against manufacturers is such a shaky ground to begin with. Unless there's like loss of life, true loss of income, or you know catastrophic stuff, you're not gonna win against things like that.
Yeah, but listen. Let me jump forward there. Spending £600 or £500 to get a camera you've spent, you know, probably a good bit of savings on, is pretty catastrophic for some people. I'm not saying it's not.
Well, I'll let people, older people like myself, remember back to when Nikon created the honeycomb titanium shutter on the Nikon FM2.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was beautiful. It would sync at a 2/50th of a second. And I think the top shutter speed was an 8,000th of a second or something. And it was all due to the fact that there was a honeycomb titanium shutter and it was really light and it could go up and down really quickly. Mm-hmm. And the MD11 or MD12, that the motor drive that it had, it allowed it to do, I don't know, like 6 frames a second. So everybody loved that idea of being able to shoot 6 frames a second with this at an 8,000th of a second, shutters going up and down, bang, 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 boom. It implodes. Oh. It implodes into the camera.
Oh.
Yeah. And it happened thousands of times. Thousands of times. I myself, I had probably a dozen dead bodies that I used to rent out as props, old FM2s. So, and there was no class action lawsuit. Nobody ever even queried Nikon that I remember. And it just, look, dudes, you just don't put it on continuous high, and don't put it at an 8,000th of a second. You put it at 200th of a second.
But that's not Sony's deal. It's not because it's
because it's being abused. No, no. It's the fact that, it's running out between 10 and 50,000 shutter actuators.
What do you think of that, Rob?
I actually witnessed this. This camera that I'm recording on here right now, is the A7 III. Yes, it absolutely went. I've had 3 major issues with my Sony here. Because I love the camera. The camera is a great camera. Chris, this is all, if you're a working photographer, this is all part of business. Yes, it might not happen to you. It might happen to you. It's a roll of the dice. It's not like it's happening to thousands and thousands of people. There haven't been thousands of people come forward yet. This is a handful of people who have had this happen. Well, then, then you have an issue. But at this point, I mean, because I'm part of Sony Pro Support, I had it taken care of. Not yet. You won't. No, you'll be close. You'll be close. You need 3 lenses. You don't have 3 lenses yet. 3 Sony lenses. 3 Sony lenses that qualify. Anyways, so I had my A7 III. The shutter imploded. As soon as I hit the shutter release, I heard it click, and I knew exactly what happened. Exactly. Hey, dude, like, stuff happens. You know, you buy Pro Photo, like, tomorrow the flash tube could go. A capacitor could blow up. Like, it doesn't, like, it's just part of business. You get the stuff repaired and you move on with life. Yes, I have a 747 Rolls-Royce engine coming through my ceiling. It's all part of business. It's all part of business. It's all part of business. You get the camera maintained and serviced by a reputable Sony repair shop, and if something happens, then you either come back to them or you come back to Sony and you deal with it. But you don't launch a class action lawsuit. Jesus, like what? I don't. It's not like a. It's not a Pinto. It's not a Ford Pinto. You're not blowing up when you get rear-ended. Oh, am I not making that evident in my conversation? Yes. I think it's a joke. I think this class action lawsuit I don't think they're going to win. I have said that. I have said that. I guess so. I don't, I don't know. I haven't paid £600 to have my camera repaired. I haven't paid anything because my camera was under warranty when it happened. So, sell your camera before it gets out of warranty. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if it's outside of warranty, Chris, if it's outside of warranty and you need to pay for it, like that's, Jesus, you've got the Audi A5, which has got a garbage motor, a garbage diesel motor, which is a piece of junk. And you can get that car repaired under warranty, all the time. Because you've already, you've reported the engine is bad, and Audi will keep replacing that engine until, they don't want to replace it anymore, and they, give you a new car. But if it's outside of warranty, absolutely, you have to pay for the repair. This is what we're talking about. It's the same thing with Sony. If the camera is under warranty, you're going to get the shutter repaired for free. If it's outside of warranty, you have to pay for it. Blah. Well, then sell the camera before it gets out of warranty. Then move back to Canon. What the there's always things that are going to break. Just because it breaks, it doesn't mean you launch a class action lawsuit. What, Chris? What? I could what? I could give your arse to Thig? I don't know what that means. Okay. Yes. I could give your ass a toothache. Okay. 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 I'm not gonna query your dad on his vernaculars. No problem. Oh. But think about it, dude. Like, look, here. Here is this Western Digital 3 terabyte drive. They are garbage. They are garbage. Everybody knows, don't buy a Western Digital 3 terabyte drive. But it's still, people buy them, but they get them replaced. There's no class action lawsuit against Western Digital because of a garbage 3 terabyte drive. How about bamboo shoots under your fingernails? I've never heard that. But anyways, so getting back to Sony. So yes, that's my feelings on the whole Sony class action lawsuit. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm a very opinionated person. And when it comes down to it, look, like you buy something, you have a warranty. If you want to buy an extended warranty, buy the extended warranty. If it gets repaired during that time, good for you. If it falls outside of warranty and it breaks, you fix it. You have to. Yeah, I think you have a year on the Sony stuff, or maybe 2 years. I thought it was, didn't you rename it as Two Cranky Old Men or something a couple weeks ago? Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. There was 2 different ones. There was a movie and there was a TV series. You're Tony Randall. You are so Tony Randall. I am Jack Klugman. You're Jack Lemmon. I'm Walter Matthau. Everybody who's watching this, get a pen, write down exactly what I said. I'm Walter Matthau, Jack Klugman, and Chris is Tony Randall / Jack Lemmon. Okay? OCD and anal? It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. He was the serious guy. Walter Matthau was the funny guy. That's me. That's me. Do you have a third story, Chris? Okay. You have work. You have work. You have work. You're a busy guy. You're a busy guy. You're a busy, busy, busy man. So am I. Well, don't put so much work into your editing, dude. Just grab your 120 images and go. Like, it's not that hard. Don't make it harder on yourself. Okay? Chris, I know how to edit. I'm just telling you. Like, don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. And you don't have half a terabyte to edit either. You're exaggerating again. Okay. I'll edit it tonight. I don't want to hear. We don't boast on this channel, so no. Chris, there's going to be people sending you hate mail now. People are going to be gunning for you. There's people who don't have any work. Oh, now they're going to... Oh, Jesus Christ. Chris, you're the best. How busy you are. I'm very glad you're... GFY. Good for you. Good for you. I'm not bitter. You deserve... No, I'm not bitter at all. You deserve all the work you get. All the work you get. No, absolutely. You deserve every bit of work you get. And if you're too busy, you're too cheap. There you go. There's my other motto for you. Well, then, you keep charging. Raise your rates. Clear out the bottom feeders, dude. Clear out the bottom of your clients. Raise your rates. Get to the point where you're happy in life, where you enjoy your life, when you can enjoy your life. Because there's no sense in working all the time if you in not enjoying your life. So, well, not right now you're not, because you got half a terabyte of images to edit before the morning. So you're not enjoying your life. So there's too much of a workload on you. Oh, Jesus. Okay, gotta go. Go edit. Thanks, Chris. It's been great. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm not meeting you anywhere, sorry. Bring the lens with you tomorrow. Bring it back this way when you come back this way. Yeah, you're not going to get on the property, so. Yeah. There's a dog on my neck. Bye. Have a good night. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.